So what was that? All right, so The Walking Dead just went off. This is the morning after, although I am recording this immediately after The Walking Dead. I mean, it just ended. I wrote the article, so there's a written version of this. If you're watching this, go to blurdy.com. I'll leave the link in the description below, or if you're on Facebook, it's up there. I don't know how Facebook works, but there's a link somewhere if you want to see the written version of this article. There's going to be pictures and stuff too, but there's this video and you're watching this, so let's talk about it. Now, that was season 6, The Walking Dead season finale, and there was a lot of expectations going up about what was going to happen in this final episode. Going into it, if anybody's unfamiliar at all, let's go back a few months ago in the first half of the season where Glenn and I don't remember his name, but the annoying guy with the curly red hair, and he committed suicide. He shot himself, and Glenn, he took Glenn down and he fell. Everyone, there was a lot of panic because they thought Glenn was going to die, including myself. I thought that he was dead in that, and there was a much debate online about whether or not Glenn died in that episode, and he's supposed to die from Negan. Negan's supposed to kill him, is what everyone's saying in the comic books. Negan kills him. So if that's something you did not know, that Negan from the comic books, who was introduced in this episode that aired last night, Negan in the comic books kills Glenn. That's not a spoiler anymore because it's been out for so long. Obviously, the comic's been out for so long. Plus, when they cast Negan, they casted him back in November. So everyone knows somebody's going to die at the end of the season. It's probably going to be Glenn. They did that one episode where we thought he was dead, and they kept us hanging for a few weeks before they even confirmed anything, before they went back to that scene and gave us any indication that Glenn was actually still alive. Now, obviously, again, Glenn's alive. So, going into it, people were like, okay, Glenn's alive, that means he's going to die from Negan. That's going to happen at the end of the season when Negan gets introduced. So, going into tonight's episode, a lot of people were thinking that. Now, for me, personally, for the last few weeks, I'm thinking about, you know what? The Walking Dead, they've been messing with us all season with all sorts of things, especially with the Glenn thing. I don't think Glenn's gonna die. Just personally, me thinking out loud and that just going into it for weeks, I don't think Glenn's gonna die. My theory was that either Carol or Daryl was gonna die in this last episode of The Walking Dead. That was my theory. And today, or last night, I tweeted out on my personal Twitter, my official opinion was that Glenn's gonna live, that Daryl's gonna die, and that Carol would commit suicide. Because I thought that Carol would be saved at the beginning of the episode, brought back, or maybe abducted or something like that, and was put in a group, put with all the rest of them, and that they had to fight Negan, that Daryl was going to die before all that fighting happened, and then somewhere in there that Carol would be miserable seeing that Daryl's dead because they kind of have this weird thing going on, and that she would kill herself. That's what I thought in my head. Now, going back to Carol for a little bit of what happened last night, so she's completely out of it. Like, she's lost it. She's lost all hope for the future, any kind of love or anything for everyone. She's saying that she can't kill anyone anymore, and she can't kill for anyone. She just, like, part of me doesn't really get it, especially when we had Badass Carol a few weeks ago. I was like, it wasn't that long ago that Carol was totally badass, and now she's like, I can't kill people. I'm tired of this. I don't know what I'm living for, I want to be dead. I don't get it. Maybe I need to rewatch some of these episodes to figure out where her mental breakdown occurred, but I don't get how she went from being totally badass and ready and willing and able to kill anything and anyone and take care of, she killed the little girl with, the flowers, look that way. She killed a little girl. Why does she have problems with killing grown men now? grown men that are trying to kill her, and I don't get it. But anyway, Morgan is her savior, her guardian angel, and went after her. So those two are completely out of it. Everyone else, though, was out. Like literally everyone else. The only people that are left behind in Alexandria are the preacher, Father Gabriel, and Chloe Bennett's boyfriend, whose name I don't even... Austin Nichols. I know his real name. I know that he's dating Chloe Bennett. I don't know his name on the show. But whatever. So they're like the only two people notable that are left, unless you want to count Enith, who's locked in the closet. That's left in Alexandria. Like, why would everyone leave? Everyone's gone. I noticed about 30 minutes into this episode that there was something about Eugene. If you go back and remember Tyrese, they killed him off. Tyrese is dead. Obviously, you don't see him anymore. Tyrese is dead, but they did it because, not because of the comics. They didn't do it because the actor had a problem or he was disgruntled or whatever. They did it because the writers screwed up. The writers went and introduced a character, the writers went and introduced Tyrese a certain way, and then he changed over time and became something that they couldn't undo. They said that this character has gone down a path and we kind of goofed up, effed up this character, and we can't get him back. Because when you go down this road, you can't just change your philosophy or change your mind or how you act or how you think. There would be a complete change of character that would not translate well on television. So the writers pretty much backed themselves in a corner with Tyrese and decided to kill him off. That's why Tyrese is dead. Not because of the actor, not because of the comic book, it's solely because of the writers and the producers and showrunners of The Walking Dead. And they just say, "Oops, we're gonna have to kind of kill him now." That's why he's dead. With Eugene, it's not that he was going on a road that he couldn't come back on, but that character, if you remember from when he was first introduced, that he was pretty much a chicken, and now he's this confident, strong guy, and now he's like completely opposite of what he used to be. And I felt like, I think it's Eugene's time that he's gonna meet his end because of this, fully coming apart, fully realizing him in a completely different way than what he originally was. So when Eugene decided to take the RV, I was like, okay, so Eugene's going to be the one that dies. Eugene's going to be the one that Negan's going to hit, and so on. But we really don't know. Because it took all the way till the last 10 minutes of the episode before Negan even came out of that dang RV, and he monologued for about 10 minutes, really. It took him into the last 10 seconds of the episode before he actually used Lucille, the wooden bat with the barbed wire, and actually hit somebody. But it's now, who the hell did he hit? Because we have no real clue other than that person who got hit was fairly resilient to take more than one hit and still be conscious. So I'm not going to say that it was not a woman, but it's hard for me to imagine Rosita or Maggie being in any condition, especially Maggie, being in any condition to take a hit from a barbed wire bat and still be conscious and take what I believe I counted about 5 hits from that bat before they went down. So how am I supposed to say that it's going to be a woman? I don't know. That's Michonne. Maybe she would give a little resistance, and outside of that, that's it. So right now, my candidates are Abraham, Eugene, Daryl, and Glenn. Now, I don't think it's Glenn. I still don't think it's Glenn. But I'd love to know who you guys think it's going to be. And also, I'm kind of mad that we don't know right now. I really wish, it's not just because I want more and I I yearned for that. But if you go back a few seasons ago, remember, I think it was end of season 4. Yeah, this sounds about right. End of season 4, the whole Terminus thing, where they got to Terminus, and the end of the season, they were locked inside of the train compartment thing, and that was the end of the season. They were like, yeah, we're gonna get out of here, and then that was it. So when they come back to season 5, they bust out of there and they continue on. I was okay with that end of that season. This is like, okay, we don't know who's dead, and you're gonna keep us like this. It's not suspense, it's like torture. Actually, I wanted that episode 1, it's 90 minutes long, to go a little bit faster because it definitely dragged. There's a lot that could have happened in that episode. Like the whole Negan thing should have happened around 1 hour into it and not an hour and 25 minutes into it. And it could have did a lot more with Carol and did a lot more with everything, and had a catastrophe event be the centerfold of this episode instead of the end of the episode. So this actually, to me, is not a great episode. It's just a great suspense, and that's why I wanted to know who's dead and who's got hit, and so on, and what's going to happen now, and not it be the season premiere of season 7. That's not something that should be started. Like, there's season 7 should be the new status quo of the world, of the new world order, not us still in the middle of an unresolved conflict, an unresolved, basically an open ender. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So let me know what you guys think about the season finale of The Walking Dead. Let me know if who you think was hit by that bat and is possibly dead, because we still don't know if they're actually dead or just got knocked unconscious. And do you think it was Glenn? Do you think it was Rick? Do you think it was Carl? Do you think it was Abraham, Eugene? Do you think it was Michonne, Rosita? Anybody? Just let me know in the comments below, or if you're on Blerdy.com's comment section, let me know there. Hell, you can send me a tweet. I'm at Ninja Chortle, or you can tweet Blerdy. I get it all. Doesn't matter. I'd like to know what you guys think about this, because it's kind of interesting and frustrating. Just the way they did it. Again, I don't think it was a great episode. I sat here and watched it, that TV, and I'm like, okay, when's something gonna happen? When's something gonna happen? And nothing happens. Either way, just let me know. Make sure you visit Blerdy.com and let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll see you guys next time, hopefully later this week, with some more videos on more pop culture stuff and maybe some cosplay stuff too. So see you guys next time. Bye. I just want to say thank you for watching this video. If you haven't already, please hit the like button, share the video with whatever social media you have, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put up all types of videos as well as blog posts on our blog, Blerdy.com, about gaming and comic books and cosplay, movies and TVs. We have reviews, we have previews. We just discuss whatever is happening in our nerdy world. So make sure you go and check us out. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Twitch, so you can watch us play games. And we also have an Instagram account which is 100% dedicated to cosplay. So if you are a cosplayer or just a cosplay lover, make sure you follow us on Instagram. But you're here on YouTube, or maybe watching us on our blog, Blerdy.com. So while you're here, make sure you start watching this video right here. Gonna do a morning after on, and I didn't because just nothing really happened. It's not really worth writing about, in my opinion. I just didn't want to waste time on it. But I'm gonna do a morning after on this episode of Supergirl, and I wanted to talk a little bit more because there's a little bit going on with Supergirl, and I felt that maybe we should discuss it over the video.